First of all, thank you for welcoming me here. It's always nice to come back after, now it's 4 years that I've left the school. So, my name is Alexandre. I'm the CEO of Europa DSI. We are a small digital marketing agency. And I also work as the head of search experience in a company called New Star Media, which is outside of London. So just for you to know a bit about me, sorry, I didn't expect it would look so small. So I'm married, I've got 1 child. I've been here for 5 years now. Started working in pretty big agencies. Then I went for the smaller ones, and finally I decided to create mine. So I started as an SEO executive. So it's search engine optimization. For those who don't know what it is about, it's just like making your website more appealing to search engines. And then I moved to a PPC executive, then search engine optimization executive. Then back, I started to create a department, which is the search experience department at New Star Media, and then I decided to create my company. Okay. So, does anyone have an idea of what search experience can be? Anyone?
What is happening when someone is searching something?
It's related. It's absolutely related.
And as an experience, it could be like unusual.
Sorry?
It could be like unusual, not as everything going.
It has an impact as well. Okay, anyone else? Okay, basically, search experience, it's all about the global environment from the moment you find a website on Google or any other search engine to the moment you access and the experience you will live on this website. So before you start to discover a bit more this in detail, roughly, do you have any idea of how many searches there are on Google each day? Sorry? More.
13.
Way more.
60.
More?
500.
It's over 2.2 billion per day. So it's 29,000 searches every single second. So this is the number of people that you have, 2.2 billion users worldwide. Be careful, Google's not the only search engine. Differential ratio. So for 8 Americans using Google, you have 1 African. This is what can actually push you to start working with small markets like Africa, because everything is to do there. Oh, too far? Okay, seems like it's brilliant. I will probably have to go back, so apologies. Okay, 5 million terabytes. Do you know what is a gigabyte? Do you know what is a terabyte? Sorry?
1,000.
It's 1,000 gigabytes. So 5 million terabytes. A human brain contains on average 5 terabytes of data, which means that you need 1 million people to have all the content of the web, that for 75%, sorry to say, it's porn. Yeah.
Really?
Absolutely. 80% of the web is. 80. 80. So out of 247 billion emails sent each and every single day, think about it, 81% it's purely spam. Very simple. You've got many possibilities. So first it's going to be like companies that send emails. So the vast majority, I think it's 17% of the overall emails come from India, and 85% of those emails coming from India are actually spam. So it gives you an idea. And yeah, that's the most terrible statistic. 32% of marketers don't even know what is their biggest revenue-driving channel. So what does it mean is that out of your class, sorry, your two classes, a third of you doesn't know anything about where the money will come from when you will start working. A third of you. Think about it. So I know that you are not all gonna do some purely digital marketing, but in the end, you will have to face that. Digital marketing is part bigger and bigger. Last year, digital marketing expenditure has overtaken TV expenditures. And yet, another statistic, 25% of global search queries are porn-related. Yeah. Despite, you wouldn't think that, as you didn't think that 80% of the web is porn, it actually is. Okay, so those are the 5 sectors of what I like to call the SXO, which is the search experience optimization. So, social media optimization, search engine advertising, search engine optimization, UX and UI, so user experience, user interface, and content. So you probably may have heard about a famous sentence, content is king. Has any one of you heard about it? Okay, content is king. It literally means that to get a great website, you need great content on. So we'll go a bit in details among those different subjects. But before, tiny question.
What is SEA?
SEA, search engine advertising. It's PPC and display. Despite the fact that display, yeah? No worries. Despite the fact that display is not really considered as a proper search engine related domain, we still included it. Okay, do you know any other search engine from Google? Well, you just arrived. So do you know any other search engine than Google?
Yahoo, Orange,
Okay.
Bing.
Sorry for your information, guys. Yahoo and Bing, it's the same company, apart from Yahoo Japan.
and
AOL doesn't exist anymore.
Yes.
It does exist, but it's more a portal rather than a pure search.
Today, apparently they're going to take over Google.
Well, I wouldn't bet on it.
Yeah, they-
I wouldn't bet on it. Okay. So, this is the world according to Google. As you can see, it's pretty full. Now, do you know, guys, which markets potentially don't see Google as their first search engine? Yeah. Which name of the search engine?
Baidu.
Baidu, yeah. Any other? Russia. Which search engine? Well, this is Yandex. That's the largest search engine for Cyrillic alphabet. It will not just cover Russia, but also Kazakhstan and Ukraine. So it's a pretty big market of 200 million people. In Russia, it has a 70% market share, even though Google is now taking over little by little. In Kazakhstan, we are speaking about 95% market share. And in Ukraine, it's still quite small, but we are about 40%. Then, Naver. Have you ever heard of it? Specific for South Korea. Yahoo Japan. So be careful, because Yahoo and Yahoo Japan are two different entities. Yeah?
Can we have the presentation at the end of the...
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you very much.
Absolutely. Well, you will also have to give me a grade at the end of the presentation. Baidu, the one you said. So it's about, as far as I remember, we are speaking about 500 million users on average. And Seznam for Czech Republic. Yeah. Seznam is 77% of the market share in Czech Republic. Okay, so sir, yep.
And does India use Google for?
Sorry?
And India is using Google?
Yeah, India is mostly using Google. Before they had some search engines, but since then they have been completely eaten by Google. So yeah, I mean, roughly you can count that Google is between 2.2 and 3 billion users. Also, you can consider that this continent that is about 1 billion people, you have maybe something like, if we speak very roughly, 100 million users of the internet. And I'm not even sure that the figure is accurate because most countries don't have the statistics. Considering the largest part of them are in South Africa. And also considering that the market includes mostly cyber cafes. So, search and figures. This is the money generated only by the search engine market, so in advertising revenue. $81.5 billion in 2015, more than 130 by 2019. So there's money to make there. Mostly for search engines, but still, we can make a bit of money. This is exactly the figure I told you. Sorry, it was not 2.5, it was 3.5. Apologies for that. It's the number of search queries. So every time someone types something on Google, that's considered a search query. This is your value per day. If you make the calculation, I invite you to divide by 24 and then by 3,600. It will give you the exact amount of search worldwide per second. Yeah, 16 to 20% of search queries are absolutely new. And when I mean absolutely new, they have never ever been attempted on Google. So if you take this amount, makes quite a bit of. Okay, so this is a massive statement. 1999, I don't know if you guys remember it, I remember it. 56K modems. Have you ever tried using one of those? Okay, so 50 million pages, quite a lot of pages. Pretty much as many as the inhabitants of Italy, slightly less. It took them 1 month to crawl. So what we call crawling is literally Google sends programs called bots. So I'm saying that for the non-digital marketing because I'm not sure they are aware. I apologize to the digital marketing group. I don't know where you guys are. But basically they send programs to websites that collect a set of information and then index those information into a gigantic database. Because what you see on Google is not the web as it is, but it's a picture of the web as it was taken X days, X seconds ago. So 50 million, 1 month. Now, 1 second. And yeah, this is the total amount of money that the B2C e-commerce is going to do. Please note that I didn't include the B2B for one simple reason, is that the statistics are very difficult to find, first of all. And they are constantly evolving because most companies are dematerializing themselves and just having now a website. And maybe you've heard or you will hear in your future about a company called TextBroker. TextBroker. It's basically a company that simply regroups a pool of freelancing writers. And those guys, you pay them a certain amount of money, the website takes a commission, and they work for you. This is the type of dematerialization that I'm speaking about. Is it clear? I see that you may be a bit dubious.
I've been just missing the beginning.
Oh,
I just
which part?
The part when you said the text broker.
Okay, TextBroker. Just imagine, very simple. You have a pool of freelancers, all writers on different topics. Agencies go to this site, they say, okay, I need a piece of content for this specific topic. I send it to the pool, the website will charge me, so they will take a small commission, on average it's between 0.35 and €2, because they only work in euros. And with that commission, the rest will then go to the writer. This is a form of, I don't like to call it B2B because those guys are usually not businesses, but we could even say C2B, so customer to business, and this type of business is just absolutely enormous. Apologies. So yeah, this gives you an idea. So do you guys see more or less what is $1.5 trillion? Do you have any idea? Okay, tell me a country that has a GDP close to $1 trillion. Okay, for those of you that know the GDP of the United States or France, France is $2 trillion, $2.5 trillion. And the US is about $20 trillion. Gives you an idea. Quite a bit of money. Okay. So this is roughly what we do. So I shouldn't say search experience because this is more about search engine optimization. So site optimization, all the technical tweaks, so modification of the code, acceleration of the server's response. Then after all this part is what we call off-page. So building content, link building. Do you guys have an idea what is link building or not at all? You? You all know?
The half of the class.
I think for digital marketing, we
Yeah.
don't really know for that.
Okay, well, sorry, digital marketers. I've got to speak also to the brand strategist. Also, it's kind of my class of heart because I come from that background. So, yeah, so it's very simple. Link building. The authority of a website is based on about 200 factors. One of the most important is the number of links and the quality of links that you receive. So literally other sites linking to your website or mentioning your website. So link building is really like the fact of constructing those relationships. It's time consuming, it's not necessarily efficient, and if you don't do it well, it's gonna kill your website. Those are the three greatest fears. EPR, well, the name says it, electronic press relations. So you will have some huge networks of kind of press agency that are online. You may have heard about Business Wire or many others. Those guys, what you do, you pay them a fee, you send them your press release online, and they broadcast it to medias all around the world depending on what you target. Yeah? I see that you have a question. No?
It reminds me because we just learned about it.
Are you guys all following so far? I hope I'm not too boring. Okay. No, please tell me, because anyway I will know when you will fill the questionnaire that I will send you. So please be honest. Okay. So this is more about PPC and kind of search experience in general. So keywords analysis, demographics analysis. Very simple, it's just about the targeting of your site and which keywords you want to rank on. So what it means, literally, you have an e-commerce shop selling shoes. What do you want to rank for?
Shoes.
Okay. But not just shoes. You may want to rank for red shoes, red stilettos. You may want to rank also for green boots. Who knows? It depends what type of product that you have. And you may also want to rank if you're kind of a second-hand clothing shop for used stilettos. This is the type of elements that you have to consider. The demographics will automatically include a notion of your target market. So for brand strategists, you know that. Because you remember that famous matrix with the core target, secondary target, third target. Basically, this is where you may have a role to play. Because sometimes the targets that are done on regular advertising are not the same than the ones you use for a type of social media or even like a web audience. Happened to me a while ago now. We are speaking about 3-4 years, so in digital, it's a while ago. Our company was actually creating, they were creating a product, except that they had 2 different channels to sell, online and offline. We have noticed that online shop was only visited by companies, customers that were 35 plus. The shop, on the contrary, was visited only by the 60 plus. So it's 2 different types of targeting, and in an integrated campaign, you have to consider just that people do not interact with technology in the same way. Quite often you will see children buying electronic products for their parents, and not the contrary. So this is something to consider. Well, this is more for PPC, so search engine advertising. Campaign setup, so this is after you've done your research. Campaign optimization. And here are some of the guys you may not necessarily know, but it's search engine advertising platform. Amazon Marketing Services. Maybe you don't know it, but since 2 months ago, Amazon is the world's leader in product search. So there are more people looking for a product on Amazon than there are on Google. Gives you an idea. So if you want to sell your product online, never deny the presence on Amazon. AdWords, of course. Facebook ads. Facebook is the first search engine for personas. So if you're looking for someone, first thing you do, you go on Facebook. And then possibly you will do LinkedIn and all that other stuff. So please note that Facebook doesn't work in markets like Russia or China, where they have their own social networks. YouTube, first search engine for videos, belonging to Google. So yeah, Sorry for the imagery, I couldn't find something great. So, what you want to do on social media? You want to have appealing content, great content. Because in the end, what does great content usually do?
Generate content.
Generate content? Any other idea?
Following.
Yeah. Something else?
To engagement.
Yeah.
Notoriety.
Yeah. Now you're trying to find what there is left. Generates passion. It's all about passion. In social media, it's all about passion. The passion you get when you create your social media channel, the passion you carry. You guys probably watch some guys on YouTube, so I will mention the French ones. Sorry, I don't know many in Britain or in the US. I could mention Tyler Oakley. I could mention Norman, Cyprien. Maybe you guys follow them. And why do you follow them? Because those guys give you their passion and they push you to follow them. So we enter different stages. Content, delivery. So what type of content? How you spread it? Because for example, if I want to go here, I will speak in Chinese with you, because this is Ren Ren. If I want to use this social network, I will speak to you in Russian. If I use Facebook, I won't speak to you in the same way on Facebook and on Twitter, simply because you don't have the same audience. Twitterites are usually my generation. They work in creative technologies. And Facebook, I'm sorry to say, guys, but it's your parents' generation now that is using it mostly. The main users of Facebook are the 45 plus. Yeah.
And so where's the youngest generation is going?
Snapchat. They are constantly using Snapchats. Teenagers nowadays, they use snaps. Each social media has its own target audience. Would you mind explaining?
It's just, it gives a lot of ideas, I would say.
Lot of
Ideas.
ideas.
Yeah.
Okay. So, apologies for our English-speaking friend, but I'm gonna say something in French. Les gars, c'est pas ideas, c'est ideas. Ideas. C'est pas IDs. IDs, c'est les documents d'identité. Apologies for that, I had to say it because it has always driven me crazy. Okay, promotion. How do you get a piece of content on, apart from when you deliver it? If you want to get, if you start a channel, you will have no one following you. So you have to promote. How do you promote? Ads, sponsored tweets, all that type of stuff. Like crazy content even. Crazy content can be a self-promoter. Also shares. Share all the content you can with your network of friends. Maybe you will get one share, but out of that one single share, you may get 10 others, 100 others. So share. Okay, so this is a bit stupid. It's gonna tell you everything, so, sorry. What this matrix is mostly used to make your mind clear about what you want to achieve. Those ones, quick wins, quick and easy wins. Those ones, complex and slow. So every time you face a problem, just try to think about all the elements. Because sometimes complex and quick will mean failure. Sometimes it can mean a success. Complex and slow, not interesting at all, because you're going to spend a lot of money, a lot of time, with very little results. So if you have a piece of content like that in your mind, forget about it straight. Easy and complex happens. Sometimes you will have to create a series of content elements that will be both easy and complex, unless you're a very good writer or a very good videographer. I'm sorry to say it like that, guys, but you're pretty much fucked up. And yeah, I'm gonna use swear terms because the fact of living in this industry and making your money out, you will see people that speak very nicely, very gently, but you need to be aware about the real facts. And yeah, sometimes you may have to say things even when it displeases your clients. So yeah, I mean, this metric, you can still use it just in case. So how to define the right search experience? So now we're gonna enter user-centric, simplified interface, responsive design, or mobile first. So this is just for a website. If you make your website SEO-centric, like most guys I have seen that contact me because they have some issues, they will just go nuts because they say, yeah, my website is not ranking properly. Yeah, but now, before it was focused on search engines. Now, you don't care anymore. You need to be focused on your final user because the user experience has taken such an enormous place that it's crucial to do it. Simplified interface. Don't go with websites that are too difficult to use. It's just the worst thing you can do. People will leave you in less than 10 seconds. Responsive design, mobile first. You guys know it? I know that you guys know it. Okay, mobile first design. It's when you create your website, you don't design it anymore for desktops. You design it for mobile and tablets. Be aware, guys. Now there are more searches done on mobile and more visits on websites done on mobile than on desktops. It's more or less a 60-40 ratio. Absolutely agree. Well, absolutely agree, but after you have also to consider the apps. The apps, despite they are not exactly mobile responsive designs, they actually add another value to internet browsing via mobile devices. But what you said is absolutely true. Okay. This is more for SEO, so that's my little preferred part. Solid backlink profile. You guys will have some kind of test at the end. Frequently updated content. You don't update your content, Googlebot don't come anymore, and you just can forget about your website ranking up. Metadata. Do you guys have any idea what are metadatas? Yeah, that's exactly that. Tags. So it's gonna be the title, the description, the H1, H2, H3 tags, so headers. You will also have other types of tags that are not officially tags, but you still use them like that. So like alt tags that provide a description for imagery. So yeah, I mean, proper metas, that's definitely one of the things. And evolutiveness. Guys, if your website is gonna stay static, that you haven't anticipated the future, just keep it for 2 years and then change it. It's just not possible at this stage to stay with some websites with technologies that are more than 10 years old. I can see daily websites that haven't been redesigned since the 1990s. Just count, we are in 2014. Their last redesign was 1996. So the beginning of Google, it's just a page with links, and that's all you have. You have technologies like HTML5 that help you to do a lot of things. And those guys, some of them are still on HTML4. So it's just think that if you want to get in this business, it's all about evolution. There is not a single day where I don't learn a new thing. Not a single one. Because the technology evolves so fast that what you knew 6 months ago, you can just forget now. Because things have changed a lot. So this is the type of tool you may find. So this is an SEO tool. So that's about backlinks. So as you can see here, you have 15 backlinks. So what is a backlink? It's just a site linking to you. So sometimes you will have many backlinks on referring domains. So basically, this is the developer's version that we use for our own site. So as you can see, we don't have many things that are doing. Also, when you will work in an agency, or if one day you want to create your own agency, two things. The age of the domain influences its ranking. So if you want to build an agency, buy an old domain, first of all. And the second thing, you spend more time on your client's websites than on your own. This is really a major thing. Yeah?
If you want to create an entirely new website on a new platform,
Mm?
should you use the same domain? Because then it'll index you, or will it not make it?
Well, here we are
Make a whole new site.
Here we are touching a very important technical point. You do what is called a domain migration. So, I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to do my little charts. Luckily for you guys, you haven't been used to that, but you can ask Kevin. He has experienced it when we were both students. So, you have site X. You want to change it to site Y. So literally using another CMS. If you guys don't know, it's a content management system. So it's like WordPress, it's Drupal, it's going to be all that type of stuff. You have your links pointing to site X. If you change the infrastructure between your site X that becomes site Y, then in that case, you need to wrap up all those links pointing to site X and point them directly to site Y. Otherwise, you will lose every single work you have done in terms of SEO. So this type of process, it's planned 6 to 8 months in advance from the moment you decide to change the platform. It's quite complex to do, and now I have done something like 15 or 16 transfers. It's very difficult, extremely time consuming, and roughly I was working with a team of 5. It took us about 15 days just to wrap up all the links. And then after, you can count pretty much 2 months just to transfer them. because you have to contact each and every single domain and asking them to repointing their links. So it gives you an idea why we plan well in advance. Well, guys that have played around with Google, you know it's AdWords. Probably the biggest pain in the ass, if you want my opinion. It's extremely difficult to stay calm in front of it, because in this case, you will have to be extremely patient and accurate. One single error, I'm gonna give you an error. So you know you have different match types on AdWords. You have the exact match, that is usually with square brackets. So let's say ETC is my keyword. So ETC as an exact match will only appear when someone types ETC, okay? Now, this is called broad match modifier. So it's a broad match that is limited. So here I will appear in the search query, what is ETC? Okay, now, if I leave this campaign at this in this stage, what will happen is that I will trigger my ads for both this one and this keyword, which means that I'm going to spend twice as much. Because the campaigns, the search query will include the ETC. So what I need to do is, in this group using the BMM, place a negative exact. So, which means that this thing, at a wide scale, I can give you an idea. It costed one of my clients, basically before he joined us, thank God, it costed him £15,000 in 2 months. £15,000. Do you guys realize what it is? Okay. Basic salary, if you start working here, annual salary, it's about 20K. So 20,000. So it pretty much pays for your whole year's salary. So this is the type of thing that you may have to face if you do some PPC. So I apologize, I know this is not funny, it sounds like stuff that you guys have probably already done, and I apologize. I had to take into consideration that I absolutely didn't know what was your standard of knowledge. So apologies once again for that. Social Bakers, yeah! Fantastic social media tool. Probably one of the most complete as well. I invite you, please be aware that Ahrefs and AdWords, you can use them for free, even though AdWords, it's kind of useless when you don't have a campaign running. This one you can't. This is probably the most advanced software in terms of social media analytics.
What's the name?
Social Bakers. It's a web platform software. And this thing, well, we're speaking about a license of $2,000 a year, on average, for the small ones. I'm not speaking euros, I'm speaking pounds. Have you ever seen that type of image? Do you know how it's called? No? No?
Is when it's printed out.
No. Those are heat maps. Exactly. Those ones are working, people click the most. Heat maps. Heatmaps. So those ones are extremely important if you guys plan to do some A/B testing. So what is an A/B testing? You take 2 pages, you modify a few elements, place them in front of the heat maps. You see where people target. So as you can see, this is the point that is the most important. Yeah, go ahead.
Are you using this to decide where you place your call to action?
Absolutely, absolutely. I mean, you start with a basic page at the beginning, because you first must acquire some traffic. Once you've got enough traffic, you will start working around and start modifying. For example, let's say that this bit is not interesting to me. Maybe I will put it here. And I will simply see the evolutions, how people interact with the piece of content. So this is probably the most common tool when it comes to A/B testing.
But where do you create this? You create this in Social Bakers?
No. This one is called Crazy Egg.
Crazy.
Yeah, I know they have stupid names. Don't know who did the branding, but guys, maybe you have a job in there finding a proper branding for the softwares. I don't know if you're aware of that little anecdote. Did you know that originally Amazon had blue buttons instead of yellow? Those blue buttons generated 17 times less clicks than the yellow ones.
Because yellow is more flashy.
It's almost that. It's almost that. Yellow carries an idea of success. So you feel more compelled to use yellow as a call to action. Of course, it depends on the graphic charter of every single website. Not a website. 2 websites will be very different, and then their charter will require another type of color. For example, if you sell eco-friendly products, your call to action will be green, for one simple reason, is that you match up your activity.
Semiotics.
You know that the association of blue and yellow, in Europe at least, it often creates kind of that feeling of discount shopping.
IKEA.
Not IKEA, Lidl.
Neither.
In Germany, it's very present, this type of stuff. Because you must think, and I can see that you are thinking a bit further than the line. Europe is a very diversified market. The perceptions about colors, about taste, are completely different from a market to another. Very simple. In the UK, the used car market is 3 times bigger than the one in France for a smaller population. Simply because people do not perceive things in the same way. In Germany, even though you earn 5,000 euros a month, you will still go to Lidl and purchase your products there. For one simple reason, it's just you have a European market that has its own identity. So this is very important because you guys will necessarily have to face at some point a market with a different language, with a different culture. I used to work on a website on 13 different markets and 12 different languages. I can tell you it was a mess. Just to kind of find a single message for all of them. So in the end we said, okay, let's not try to make one single message, let's make a few messages. Because we are not Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola can afford itself to make one single message because it's not an alcohol brand. It's a brand consumed worldwide. It's one of the largest brands in the world. So they have already built that reputation. However, even in Coca-Cola, we can see local strategies. For example, the euro. You can see on all the cans Euro 2016. In the US, I'm not sure that they would have those cans. Have you ever seen some like that? Speaking about the football, the Euro, European Championship of Football?
In their sense, but I doubt it.
Yeah.
Maybe like in Spanish.
Probably, yeah, potentially for the Spanish community, and more stuff for the Super Bowl, I guess. So yeah, just a little idea about the delays. So SEO, minimum work 6 months before you see any results. And this is a minimum. If you have a complete new domain name, before 6 months, all your work will be stuck in the sandbox. SEA, well, immediate result. As long as you pay Google, Google will show your ads, or any other third-party platform. Social media optimization. Immediate 2-3 months for seeing the first results. Very simple. If you have a community already built, it's going to be immediate. Otherwise, you're going to need on average about 3 months to build up that community and get a certain degree of responses. Content, lifelong consideration, same as the UX and UI. It's not something you can stop, like do 2 pieces of content and then you're done. Forget about it. You have to think way in advance. I think it was Coca-Cola, I remember. 5 years ago, they published 2 videos of 15 minutes each on their content strategy for the next 10 years. So see, it's really something that has to be taken into consideration. Because you guys have, as branch strategists, you will have to think, what's going to be the world in 10 years? How can my brand develop itself along those years with all the possible changes in society? And let's just look at Brexit. Brexit has shuffled the market. Forex, the Forex market, so foreign exchange. I can tell you, there was a peak. So literally, I have seen that not that long ago. So, USD to Euro, and Euro to GBP. Okay, so originally, this was roughly the charts. So people were slightly interested a bit more by the euro versus GBP, and then exchange rate between euro and US dollars. Now, what has happened? Since the referendum, euro, if we consider that it started at this point, euro GBP keyword went like that. For one simple thing, for Brexit, many companies that do foreign exchange have played on it. They said, yeah, buy pounds, it's dropping, price is dropping, buy pounds. And this level has never been seen for the past 11 years. And 11 years is exactly the amount of time. Actually, you can only see 10 years on Google Trends. But you can see, I personally have the thing of 1 year before. So in 11 years, no such search peak has ever been seen. Guys, are you on the internet? Okay, go on Google Trends. I want to show you something. For those that don't have their computer, they can just sit next to people. So you will select the market United Kingdom. So type EU referendum. Et maintenant, so no. Yeah, well, you can say it. So now you need to. So now, when you guys are with EU referendum as your keyword, not referendum, EU.
EU?
Yeah, EU referendum. Just modify here.
Oh.
Sorry. Okay. So now, if you guys are set up in French, it's gonna be dans tous les pays. If you are set up in English, all countries, you switch to United Kingdom. Oh, I just want you to have a look at the peak. There's a massive peak that corresponds to Brexit. Do you know what was the first search query in the UK the day after Brexit? What is the EU? That was the first search query in this country the day after the vote. What is the EU? But apart from the funny aspect of it, it's just to show you that search is largely influenced by the events around it. And when you develop a strategy in the search industry, what you need to create is just one single element of coherence. I don't know if I'm clear. Guys? Am I clear? Have I lost you? Okay. Otherwise, I can call Taxi Fallon and they will come. So, any questions for the moment? Okay, I've got a question. Am I boring? No. Oh, come on, don't be so nice. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I mean, guys, seriously. I remember that was the mentor of my promotion. The guy was the global head of McCann Erickson. No, sorry, not McCann. Yeah, actually, maybe. I don't remember the guy. Wunderman. He was the CEO for France of Wunderman. And he was the head of digital originally. This guy told us once, if you guys want a job in TV or in radio, you will last 10, 15 years. But after, the guys of digital will come and steal your job. It sounds ugly, but it's already happening. If digital marketers will come and steal the jobs of people in TV and radio. Just look, you guys probably use some stuff, some apps like TuneIn or Catch Up Replay. You know, all those apps on mobile phones, on your TV. Even your TV nowadays is connected to the web. So that's really something that you have to seriously consider. Okay, workshop. Now you work and I watch. Okay, so those are 4 backlink profiles. So let me explain you a bit about those backlink profiles. So down you have the authority, up you have the number. So what in your opinion? What in your opinion is the most interesting backlink profile for a website? So the authority goes from 0 to 100 and you have the number of links from 0 to 6,000. What would look to you the most appealing? You guys are all wrong. It's B. That's the most realistic. C, it's appealing, yes, but you will never find 6,000 links with a domain authority over 90. 90, to give you an idea, Google nowadays is 97.
Number of 97.
Domain authority has a value of 97 on google.co.uk. Very simple. Very simple. This is an index of a domain authority. So it's how trustworthy a website is.
What's the difference with the quality scores?
Quality score is only applied to ads on PPC, and it just determines the relationship between the landing page and your ad, as well as the keyword that links to them.
Okay.
So it's only paid search. In this case, we are speaking about pure organic search, because that domain authority links to organic search. Organic search for you, it's just like what I'm calling SEO. It's the same exact thing. You will hear organic search, natural search, whatever search. It doesn't change. It's the same thing. So yeah, basically, this is the type of profile most likely you should try to reach. Because this type of profile doesn't exist. This type of profile will kill your website, because very low quality. This one, it could be like the type of link profile that you could see on the majority of websites. So do you guys more or less understand about the domain authority? Domain authority, it's just how trustworthy is your site, how good it looks in the eyes of Google. And so think about it as a question. Why Google should look at my website? Why?
Because I have great content and a lot of people who come to see there.
So you are a source of trust. You become trustworthy. You get the proper setup of links. This setup of links, I can tell you, it's black hat SEO. I'll explain it in a bit, black hat.
Isn't Black Hat when it's low quality links, but you have a lot of them, so isn't it supposed to be?
Yeah, but this is black hat for one simple reason, is that they are fake strong links.
Yeah.
So basically, your profile D is not going to be black hat, it's just poor quality SEO.
Okay.
While your profile C, they fake those links to make them look strong. So they use schemes like link farms, and they pretend it's extremely powerful, which is not the case.
And how do you manage to trick Google into thinking that your website has actually?
You have many possibilities, but roughly the easiest thing is to have a link farm. A link farm, it's a website that has multiple microsites. So you will, we are speaking about tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, just to get as many links as possible. Google will think that then it's a very interesting website because it will just watch at the number of links. And you can actually fake it by cloaking some links. So this is really pure black hat. And I can tell you that link farms now are being completely killed, because before you had an algorithm calculating that. Now there's something called the Google RankBrain, and it's directly a form of artificial intelligence that is capable of understanding whether a website has been humanly made, whether it has a real interest. So we are not just speaking anymore about, how could I say, just about a calculation algorithm, but more about a real way of thinking from the machine. Okay, so this is slightly different. This is about top-level domains extension. So I've got a website that I want to see ranking for the UK, and a website that I want to see ranking for the world. You have 3 minutes to tell me which one goes where.
Wait, can you repeat the question?
Okay, I've got 2 websites. Client comes to see me, say, okay, I've got 2 websites. I want one to rank in the UK and one to rank worldwide. Which type of domain profile, depending on the top level domains, so the .coms, .co.uk, .ac, .gov, I want. So each one of the profile, you've got 2 fake, 2 right ones. Now what I want you is to tell me which and for which website. Sometimes take an educated guess. You guys can see what is written? Okay, so the first one, I will go from left to right. .com, .edu, .ac.uk, .ru, .fr, .cn, .co.uk, .com.au, .de, .cz. If you guys want to move, you're not obliged to stay stuck. If you want to get closer to the screen, please help yourself.
And one is global and one is regional.
One is global, the other one is focused on Europe, sorry.
Europe or UK?
Europe.
Okay. Regardez là tout de suite sur la CN.
CN, c'est la Chine. Hmm? Come and see, come and see.
Bah, le A il est bien pour l'Europe, je pense. Mais
I know, that's a pain, isn't it? Don't worry, guys, 4 years ago I was doing the same thing. Guys, don't be shy. If you want to have a look at them closely, just come. Ouais. Yeah, take a guess. Mm.
And B for UK.
Yeah, so I.
Because we have a lot of UK.
Yeah.
I'd say D for UK because you have a lot of co.uk and a lot of com and edu is very high quality links. It might work better.
Well, our dear friend had the right answer. Profile B is for Europe. Very simple. .com, you will always see plenty of them. .ac.uk, it's academic for the UK. .fr, .co.uk, and .com.au, those are Australians' websites, so they mostly link to the UK profiles and Europe. EDU, it's the extension for educational institution in America.
Oh, yeah, okay, okay.
And was this CN?
CN is China.
Ah, ok.
Ah, mais la Chine, ils s'en foutent, ils regardent rien.
Non, il n'y a rien. Mais le A, c'est la Chine, c'est le global. C'est is the world.
Puis de toute façon, ce sera pas sur Google, ce sera sur Baidu et ça fonctionne pas de la même façon.
Non, le F, le B, c'est pour
So now I want the worldwide one.
The worldwide one? No. It's impossible. Not the A. I would say the C. C. Worldwide.
And you guys are wrong. It's profile D for one simple fact. You've got .edu. Yeah, but .edu, it's an academic website. The more academic websites you have, the more you become a trustworthy source, because academic institutions will relate to you. So you don't want just commercials. You want more academic, because that's where you become a source of information. I know it sounds crazy. It sounds crazy. I completely agree. But edu and ac.uk will always have more value than a .com. For example, if I want to target a national market, the best I can have is a .gov website. Why? Because if the government mentions me, it means that my business is super great. So I don't care. I can have 1,000 .coms link and one .gov website. The .gov will always take over. Same for educational. Have I lost you? Okay. Please stop me anytime if you have a question. Okay. So now, little exercise. You have a client coming to you and it says, okay, I want to develop my online presence on the web. I want to get known. I don't want to spend my time doing TV advertisements, unlimited budget. So I would like maybe one person of each group. So I would like one brand strategy and one digital marketer to sit next to each other, just for you to work with the two different approaches. So can you guys mix up? Okay. Are you all mixed up or? SEA, search engine advertising. It's PPC and display. Are you guys mixed up? So I want one digital marketer with one. Okay. Digital brand or two. Okay. Okay. So one of you goes with one digital. It's by two. It's going to be by two, and I want one person from the digital background, one person from the brand strategy background.
Yeah, there is not enough.
Okay. And how many are you?
We can do it
Là, ils sont 2 digits, 2 strats.
Hmm?
Là, il y a 2 digits, et vous êtes 2 strats. Et vous, les stratégies, vous êtes une.
Okay, guys, make it two groups, as many digital as you want, as many brand strategists.
Ah, wait, this group and this group.
Okay, perfect.
Bah, si, elles sont 2 qui.
Milan,
Milan, il peut mettre avec Romain, et vous, vous pouvez le mettre avec.
non, il a dit deux groupes.
Ok, encore mieux.
Are you ready?
Steady.
Yeah, sorry. I had always wanted to stop myself and wait for people to stop talking. Okay. Is there a problem? Okay. So you've got 6 minutes. I just want you to do a mix and match of those different channels for that guy. Speak to me in terms of efficiency. Speak to me about how you can make money. I am the client. I want to make money. You have to find me a solution. Ready? Go.
But what is the product?
Whatever product. I just want some branding. I want a branding. I want you to tell me what you will choose. No, I just want to increase my presence online.
So you brand awareness.
Brand awareness, purely.
The brand? No, target.
Don't bother about the brand. Don't bother about the storytelling. I just want a quick response, efficient. I want to make money. That's all I want.
Can you just throw a product at us?
Sorry?
Can you just, we have to just
Okay, electronics, mobile phone. New smartphone, product is new smartphone. So you find your way.
Can we add something else?
No retargeting. No. Purely brand awareness. I don't want retargeting because it would be too easy. Display, video, social PPC, and PPC. Tell me how you would do it.
Do we have to choose one of these or
No, it's a mix and match. It's a mix and match. So you can choose two, you can go with all of them. It's up to you.
si c'est brand awareness ou un peu plus
On doit donner des pourcentages.
Yeah, ideally, yes. Think strategically. Please, guys, think strategically and think in percentages how much of your budget, you have unlimited budget, you would spend, and how can I get the greatest return on investment. This is the objective. Getting the greatest return of investment by strategic thinking or through strategic thinking.
Video is creation of video.
It's creation and broadcasting. Two minutes left. New. I mean, new or old, it's not a problem. You choose. It's not a pure brand strategy thing. It's just to see how reactive you are in terms of ROI. Because when you will work in an agency, the client is only obsessed with the ROI. It's just he wants to make money, he doesn't want to waste it. There's a hint. One minute left. Time up. Okay. Guys, time's up. Your version.
We chose 3 different
Mm.
we chose the display
Mm.
at 10%.
10%. Hold on, just a second. I'm just gonna note it. So this 10%.
After we chose the social.
Social.
50%.
Sorry, how much?
50.
50. Okay.
On video,
And video
40%.
Video. 40. Okay. You guys? Your mix?
En vidéo, 40 display, 30% video,
30% video.
then
20 for displays.
20% display, and 50% social.
And 50% social.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, it's group 1 who's winning.
Non, c'est pas du tout en effet.
You guys were all together. You were all together. Okay, let's add another one. So group. Okay, no, go ahead. Tell me. No, tell me. No, seriously, tell me.
Okay, so pre-roll video, 20%,
Video 20%,
PPC 40,
PPC 40.
and then
Hold on.
It's not
Attends.
and social 40.
And social 30? 40, okay. That relaunches the game. You girls have won. From the simple fact that PPC is actually the most ROI-driven specialty. So it's basically, you can earn sometimes for £100 spent up to £2,000. So 20 times the amount you've spent.
Yeah, but I disagree because you will spend like money on PPC only if you have something to sell. You will not spend
Yeah.
just for one guy something for just one guy.
Oh, sorry, my bad. Yeah, it depends mostly what type of PPC, because if you use social PPC.
Yeah, but that's what we
Yeah, we saw the.
Okay, my bad.
It's not only
Then it becomes even trickier.
it's not PPC.
Because and actually everybody's on social today, so
Yeah, no.
it increases your chance to get like returns.
I can see that you're trying to push me towards your group. No, it's still group 1. Still group 1.
Voilà, je préfère.
No, it's still group 1 for one simple fact. Basically, it was mostly the use of social and video. Video has made my change. It's just when you are really trying to brand a product, you should really focus on video. Video is the most easily shareable support.
Especially YouTube now,
Exactly.
because
But it's not just.
in a way, 30% of the global population are using YouTube every day.
Yeah, because you have the Google Plus account that became YouTube accounts. And it helped a lot. Okay, so guys, among these statements, which one do you think would be the most appropriate? Like a client arrives to you completely panicked. People are insulting him on his social media channels. How would you react? You have 4 statements. Each one of them will carry out an idea. Tell me which one would be the most appropriate in you. I know that sometimes the obvious seems very simple, but it's not always the case.
Wait, something happened and there were changes, or you're just creating?
This
Basically, third.
yeah, first
Okay.
Just say apologize, come in a private message, and after raise the reclamation.
Okay, so it depends actually. On this one, there's no wrong answer. In this specific case, there's no wrong answer from the simple fact that each one of those strategies has a specific use. Apologize, inform your audience of changes, continue community management. That's in the case that a potential customer has felt like the brand was actually disrespecting him due to the community manager. So this case can happen. I have seen one community manager that insulted a guy. Additionally to the fact that he was fired during the day, that was a very simple element. It's just that the brand had to apologize on behalf of his community manager. Also, it can happen in the case, let's say you have a driver from a company like Ocado or Sainsbury's that will cut your way while you're driving, or honks you while you're driving because you're not driving fast enough, for example. You can Google it or even look on Twitter. You will see many people complain about that. And sometimes the company will just say, okay, so we are sorry to hear about that, about the bad behavior of our driver. However, this is what we have done. So basically, we have taken some measures against this driver for him not to drive anymore. Please accept our apologies. Goodbye, and you continue the community management. Ignore the comments, close discussion by banning commenting. Most luxurious brands do it. Very luxury brands, they just forbid you to comment. Or they use reputation management agencies to kind of cancel those comments. Because if you're Gucci, you don't want people to know that your bags are made in China and of very poor quality. Actually, in Bangladesh. So in the end, what you do, you pay someone to clean up the issue. This one, very interesting in the case of customer service. Post-sales customer service. I buy a product is wrong, or product is faulty, I complain, then apologies, first of all, request additional feedback, compile information, report to the appropriate service, rebuild your community management. This has happened, actually I saw it yesterday on Twitter. There was you guys know the system of railway in the UK. Do you know a bit the railway companies? Okay, you have one that is called South West. Basically, I remember seeing it live. There was this guy on one of the trains, and he was in the loo. And he actually tweeted to Southwest Trains, guys, I'm in the loo, there's no toilet paper anymore. Can you please do something? The community manager of Twitter responded, okay, which carriage are you? Where are you? The staff in the train came to the loo to bring him a toilet paper roll. Isn't that great community management? Yes. That's great customer service. I should have tweeted meanwhile I was coming. Lou was awful. Another case of amazing customer service. Not that long ago, about 6 months ago, there was a guy that got stuck into Waterstone's bookstore. So I don't know, you guys have been here for what, a year or so?
No.
4 months. Have you ever seen Waterstones? It's like a brand of bookstores. And there was a guy that got stuck into the Trafalgar Square store. And he tweeted to the community manager, "Hey guys, it's like 2 hours that I'm stuck inside. I just can't get out. You guys have locked me inside. What can I do? Please come and help." 30 minutes after, another message from Waterstones. "Hi guys," because in the meantime about 200 messages arrived on Waterstone's Twitter account to relay the information. And Waterstone 30 minutes after said, "Hey guys, the guy that was stuck in the shop actually got freed. Thanks for your support messages." And they were closed, but still they were online. And they were capable of sending someone to open the door to this guy that got stuck inside. This is what you have to think. Now, if you do some community management, it's 24/7. No weekends, no holidays, no nights. Well, luckily, we have a chance to live on a round planet, and we can divert some of the community management to Australia. So that helps quite a bit. But yeah, this type of response, it's actually for a very specific case. So when the company is about to close and you have many people that have complained, or if there's a change of management, because quite often the problem, and you will probably work on SMEs, not just major companies. 80% of advertising agencies do not work on blue chip clients. They work on SMEs. What will happen is that in most of the situation you will meet, the biggest problem of a company is its manager itself. So traditionally, managers think that making money is the only thing, and more specifically in one of the industries that I know well, that is the used car industry, they just think about making money and they don't care about customer service. So this is the type of element that you need to consider. Inform of the changes, close the arguments in a way or in another, and continue a proper community management. Really informing the future users that, yeah, things have changed. We're gonna try to be better, we're gonna try to be nicer, so that's it. Okay? So remember, the obvious is not necessarily the best answer. So this one, I gave you 6 minutes, but I don't think you will need much more. Maybe you will need even less. So you remember what is UX, UI? User experience, user interface. So how would you evaluate changes done to your UX, UI, or changes to be done, more exactly? You have those four. You choose which one. So which one? Number 1, number 2, number 3, 4? Third? Who has said third? Yeah, that's the third. The third is very simple. A/B testing, you don't need to question the audience. For one simple fact is that you see it directly on heat maps and stuff like that. But you still need to check your analytics, because sometimes you will see that some websites are completely depending on e-commerce platforms like Amazon or eBay. And in this case, it's a data not to omit. I remember the case of a website. Those guys were doing 80% of their revenues directly from Amazon. So do not touch and redesign the site completely. Forget about it. It's a waste of time, waste of money. A/B test, implement changes. It's not enough. It's not enough. You need first to have evidence to back up why you want to do some A/B testing. Don't worry, guys, it's almost done. So this is the final point I want to approach. So Black Hat, you will mostly hear it about SEO, but you have different forms of Black Hat. Black Hat literally means unethical. So you will have unethical social marketing, you will have unethical PPC, unethical SEO. You have pretty much every type of unethical marketing in digital. So why do I want to speak about it? First of all, it's frequent. It's extremely frequent. Second, if you want to work in this business, and you particularly digital marketers, you will have to fight against it. Because the problem is that that type of Black Hat is just driving some kind of fear against every type of digital marketing. And most clients that got kind of tricked into the thing, they get scared about digital marketing and they just think that you guys will be thieves. Despite you work for a small or a big agency, there's always the perception that you are thieves that just carry about the money. Also, yeah, in SEO, you will have to fight it even more because it's like, and every day you receive on average between 20 and 30 emails from Indian development companies and the Indian SEO companies that try to get the work that you can't do. You can consider that 90% of them don't even know how to do properly SEO. They just want your money. So yeah, and this is a bit stupid, but basically everything that is outside of the search engine guidelines. So the search engine guidelines is what you're allowed, not allowed to do on search engines. Everything outside, it's Black Hat. So you will have elements about links, such as link cloaking, link forms. You will have content, so duplicated, actually not duplicated, hidden content, keyword stuffing. You also have elements about the cookies. Don't worry, it's almost done. I can see that you're starting to be tired. No, that's fine, that's fine, that's fine. Yeah, I hope you don't have Arthur tonight.
Yes, we have.
Lucky you. No, I was in class with him. And you've got coding. So all the coding is about like the different tweaks that you can do to accelerate the development of the website. So people still do it because it's cheap, it's simple, it's fast. Why you shouldn't do? Because you always get caught by the search engine. Your site becomes dead. I mean, you literally kill your website by doing that. And if you want to work specifically in SEO, you will scare this type of thing develops a fear of SEO. And there is no tougher job than getting clients to sign for an SEO contract. I'm specifically mentioning SEO because SEO is crippled with it. Some other activities like PPC are not as damaged by this Black Hat. But for example, the case of PPC, do you guys know the darknet?
Yes.
Okay. You know that you can buy some bots to click on the ads of your competitors. So, yeah. A bot is a program that will go and click every single advert of your opponent. So literally, you explode the budget of your client without him being able to be seen. This is Black Hat for PPC. Well, if you get caught, my dear young man, if you get caught, you're taken to court.
Yeah. Or banned from Google also.
Also. So if you want, those are some references. And that's kind of nice stuff to do. I strongly encourage the digital marketers to have a look at Think with Google and digital trends. Those are kind of more generic. After you have marketing land, search engine journal, don't get caught by the names. They speak about every single element in digital. I have been trying just to give you an overview of it, because if I want really to go into detail for every single subject, I need 2 hours per subject. So, I mean, I couldn't give you a very complete approach. And also, I would need you to experiment, because some stuff is quite tough.